respectfully. If you say to me you should respect people, I always respect people. I would disrespect you if I lied to you. I'm not going to call a man a woman. I'm not going to call a woman a man. I'm not going to say sorry for telling the truth.
Your beliefs.
It's not my belief. A woman cannot be a man, and a man cannot be a woman. It's not a belief.
But I'm saying in your perception of the world is different from someone else's perspective, because just as emphatic as you are, that you believe what you just said, there's someone that believes emphatically the opposite.
Okay, so what you're talking about is the idea that everything can be subjective and there's no such thing as truth. And let me tell you why that. But that's why it's either a yes or a no.
No, because we're either talking about feelings or facts.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I believe there is objective truth. Okay.
Okay.
A person that is born a man, okay, a person that is born with a penis, as we call it, okay, cannot ever grow up and give birth.
Hey guys, I saw an interesting clip. Apparently, Candace Owens went on Nick Cannon's show. I never knew Nick Cannon had a show. I knew Cam Newton had one, but I didn't know Nick Cannon had one. And he had Candace Owens on, and they talked about a lot of things. I think it's a 37-minute video. Maybe I'll have the link to it in the description below, because I don't think I have a lot of time to go over it. I say that and then watch I go over 20 minutes again. But we're going to talk about transgenderism, and I like how it started off, right? We want to clarify things, is that many conservatives believe things outside of themselves, right? And it seems like with the left, they have this worldview where everything is subjective. Everything is based on perception, not reality. While conservatives seem to believe everything's based on observable reality, not your perception. AKA reality overrides your perception. You can believe that the Lakers is the best basketball team in the NBA. But if you look at the record, you're like, yo, they're the worst team. Oh, they're not living up to their potential. It doesn't matter. The outcome says that this Lakers team is the worst team because we're looking at the observable results. And this is one of the craziest things about the left, is that they think tolerance equals submission. Tolerance is, I can accept the fact that you live the way you live and I don't try to push my views on you. But submission is they trying to get you to submit to their worldview of how they see themselves. No, it's a delusion. I don't think this is the best way to treat this mental disorder. And gender dysphoria has been labeled a mental disorder. Oh, unless they change the standards again. And this is what I'm talking about. Moral relativism. This is my truth BS. Your truth can say, oh, I believe women are just as capable as men. I believe women are just as good at sports than men. Reality shows you that's not true. And I think that this is a kind of the aftermath of a culture that focused so much on people's self-esteem instead of people's self-control. But I digress. Let's get more into this interview.
And there's no such thing as truth. And let me tell you why that. But that's why it's either a yes or a no.
No, because we're either talking about feelings or facts.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I believe there is objective truth. Okay.
Okay.
A person that is born a man, okay, a person that is born with a penis, as we call it, okay, cannot ever grow up and give birth. Do we agree with that?
Yes.
Okay, so there is such thing as an objective truth. I will not apologize for sharing objective truth. I'm not going to apologize for not saying because his feelings are hurt and do you see how I feel? Because
Because so you have no problem going throughout the world hurting people's feelings.
I have no.
And this is a liberal worldview. People's feelings matter than reality. The truth hurts, you know? These people would rather hear a sweet lie than the bitter truth. But what's good for you? Like, I don't think that's empathy. Like, I don't think lying to somebody is empathy. That's just me. If I say, yo, you have a problem, and I call it out, and I bring attention to it, hey, you need to address this. And someone's gonna get in their feelings because I address that, yo, you got a problem, you gotta adjust this, you gotta fix this, because I don't want to tolerate them continue doing the problem. If they don't want to, if they want to excommunicate from me, that's their business. But I already warned them, hey, this is gonna hurt you in the long run.
It's typical for girls to undergo a fair bit of confusion when they hit puberty, and that would take the form of negative emotion. No one told her that. They just rushed her down the puberty blocking and surgical pathway. That's inexcusable.
It's evil.
Yeah, it is. It's the worst thing. It's the worst thing I've seen professionals do, not only in my lifetime. I've studied atrocity for 40 years. I've never seen anything worse than what's happening right now. And that includes the sorts of things that were done in the camps in Germany. At least the goddamn Nazis admitted what they did was wrong. They tried to hide it. We trumpet it as a moral virtue. We're freeing the children. It's like, no, I don't think so. mothers. I think what you're doing is sacrificing your child to the parading of your moral virtue. Oh, my son, he's so confused. He thinks he's a girl, but I still love him. That's how wonderful I am. Jesus Christ, Joe. You have no idea how dark that is.
It's dark.
It's unbelievably
and it's
dark.
attached to an industry now.
Yeah, that's
which is
for
very
sure.
scary. There was
an industry and an ideology.
There was an article that was recently released where this person admitted that they said it was what was the exact phrase? That the way they described gender transition as life-saving medical care in order to get insurance for it.
Yeah.
Because otherwise insurance won't pay for it. So they were willing to describe it in that way to ensure that people would profit off of it, which is wild.
It's
terrifying. And it's so strange because I never would have believed that this could happen.
Is that conservatives are trying to tell them the truth. Yo, gender affirming care is not going to do anything because in reality, you're not this thing. You can dress up, you can play dress up, you can play whatever, but it's not going to give you the feeling that you think it will. Trans individual, yes it will. And they still commit suicide. Sure, it may be reduced compared to if they didn't do the cosmetic surgery, but in the end, it don't do much. The outcome is still mostly bad. And conservatives believe that there's a better way to approaching this problem. And I love the fact that Candace Owens is highlighting this fact because atheists believe that men can be women and women can be men. Christians can make fun of atheists for that. Oh, atheists, you claim that you believe in objective truth. You claim that you only believe what you can see with your eyes, but you can believe men can be women. Make it make sense, atheists. Look at the stats. Religious people are less likely to believe in transgenderism than atheists. So you believe atheists in something that's falsifiable, but you want to make fun of the Christians that believe in something that's unfalsifiable. Make it make sense, but you're the logical one. And this is kind of the critique that I've been kind of lambasting a lot with the liberal side, is because they care more about people's feelings than the actual reality of things. Because in this day and age, people's self-esteem matters than self-control. Hurting someone's feelings is more of a crime than lying to them. This is what we're seeing in our society today. Because at the end of the day, like I always said on this channel, many people don't like it when I call out atheists, but atheists only respect power. And the people who call themselves women, even though they're men, and people who are men, but they call themselves women, are in power. Wherever they say goes, and atheists like, yes, okay, yeah, because they want to avoid what? Pain. But I digress.
No problem going out the world. That's one way to pitch it. Telling people the truth so they can better their lives. So they can live in reality and not the one, not the fantasy land that they're creating for their lives. But what if someone
believes that that is a better life for them?
Okay, well, let's play it your way then. Let's do it the other way. There are a group of people who are now referring to themselves as minor attracted people.
Oh, I knew you was going. Can't go there.
Hey, but that's what they believe. They believe that they are in love and want to have sex with children. They believe that, Nick. They believe it. And are you going to apologize when you call them pedophiles? Are you going to apologize, Nick? Are you going to have them on your podcast?
It's a hell of a
Don't you
point.
understand how they feel on the inside when you say that they can't have sex with 8-year-olds?
That is a hell of a point.
The point of society is like what we should restrict and shouldn't restrict. And that's always going to be up for debate in most sense. And this is why I think the left go about the way that they go about, right? Trying to influence culture, got to get these celebrities parading around their values, because this is how they create like false buy-in, right? Building consensus. You know, the left love using that phrase. Oh, it's very hard for us to build consensus, aka build a societal narrative, a societal perception that boasts our worldview. This is what they call it, normalization. They're trying to normalize this stuff. And one way they do it step by step by step. And conservatives got punished for being tolerant. And this one of the arguments that I say is that the left like to pretend that they're the tolerant ones when in reality it's the conservatives. Because if conservatives didn't give a quarter, they didn't even give an inch, or didn't give any compassion, a lot of the stuff they have, a lot of the cultural weight that the left has right now wouldn't be the case. But we did. Conservatives did, because we felt like, okay, you know, this is your truth. Okay, we'll tolerate this. But then you turn it around and say, oh, if you don't tolerate this, you're a bigot. Even though you're just doing what you believe, right? Because the left loves to believe in my truth until a conservative says, no, my truth is this thing you're doing is wrong. Then all of a sudden, they're evil. The Bible says that you shouldn't judge. You're Bible twisting. The Bible says you should not judge if you're not ready to be judged. And this is what I'm saying. Like a lot of the arguments that I've been exposed to by many people of the left, I felt is very deceptive. And this is one tactic. One of the reasons they use deception is using your emotions against you, using your empathy against you. And I think that's why they gaslight a lot. And this is why I believe that many positions that the left have, they pretend it's from a good place, but in reality, it's all about power, really. And they're just using your empathy, your emotions against you so they can continue cry-bullying their way into power. And that's what I'm starting to notice with the left. And this stuff is going on right now. You got people on the left trying to make it normal for these pedophiles, we call them, but minor attracted people. This is what they want to call the pedophiles, right? The first thing they do is soften the thing that everyone finds abhorrent. You can't have sex with kids. No, that's Kids are not sexual around that age. Do not touch them. This is what the transgender movement, many people have a problem with. Even gay people have a problem with this. Hey, you shouldn't be trying to sexualize kids. Gays against groomers. This is why. And remember the left for a couple years back, they were going ham against any people who says gays against, groomers, calling teachers groomers that are having sex with kids. You don't know that's going on right now? And it's many of the people of their constituency. Liberal women, I don't know what's going on with teachers nowadays. A lot of female teachers are sleeping with these 13-year-old kids, and we're like, yo, what the hell's going on? And this is what happened. This is what happens when your society becomes too tolerant. And I think this is why you get the swinging coming back. Like, nah, we got to restrict some of this. You're too free, because too much liberty is chaos. Too much rules is tyranny. This is the balancing act that all of society has to weigh in. But I digress. Let's let Candace finish out her point.
It is the slippery slope is not a fallacy. It is reality. We are living the slippery slope. So somebody's going to have to produce the wall. So there's going to be a lot of voices that need to be objective and tell people the truth. I'm very happy to be those voices. If you're looking for me to, make you feel good, I can't be your mommy. I can't. That's why I tell people, I can't be your mommy.
But see, that's what I was like. It's too
I'm not your mommy. You're not a toddler. You're an adult.
But see,
this is what truth is. And if you can't deal with truth, then you're going to have a very tough life, way tougher than having to listen to Candace Owens say, you are a man on the internet.
All right, I agree. Because if you look at the reality of transgenderism, this stuff is, it can't save you. It can't. You can get the cosmetic surgery, but then when you compare your life to other women and you're going, yo, why they don't have to do the things that I do? Why do I still feel bad? Oh, I got all these medical complications because of transgenderism. Because of my gender affirming care. If I'm a man that's identifying himself as a woman, I have to put this big ass, bro, don't traumatize yourself. But you have to put this big ass, what they call it? Dilator up their artificial vagina to keep it open because their body will heal it because the body will see that as a wound. But you want to still pretend that you're a woman. All these things are going to keep reminding you that you're not actually a woman. And that, I believe, will contribute. This is why I still think that post-operation, many of these people who go through the gender-affirming care still commit suicide. Because every day, reality is showing you, oh, you're not a woman. Look how big you are. Oh, you're not a woman. Look how deep your voice is. You had to remove the Adam's apple. Oh, you got all these medical complications. Right? You still don't have your period. You're pretending to have a period. Oh, I gotta go. You compare yourself to other women. Oh, they gotta go use the bathroom because they gotta go change their tampon. You're pretending you need to do that. When in reality, you know damn well you don't have a period. This is reality. This is when we're talking about reality smacking you in the face. And then when you realize, when the trans person comes to a realization that I am not. Even though I do all this, I'm still not. This is why they still commit suicide, even after they have the operation. And who benefited from all this? The medical institutions? It's very lucrative to do trans surgery for the medical institutions. The medical institutions has been incentivized to recommend this as the path to treating gender dysphoria, when many conservatives believe there's an alternative. That's all we're saying in this debate. There's an alternative. The alternative is get psychiatric therapy to come to to accept the reality that you are who you are, and giving you skills to deal with that. Instead of taking the easy way, cosmetically changing yourself up to look more how you feel like, and then reality smacks you in the face and you realize that you made a decision you can't take back, and you feel like your only option is to take your own life. I don't understand how that's compassion. That don't sound compassionate to me. That don't sound compassionate to many conservatives. But here we are. But I digress. That's just my thoughts. I found it interesting. If you want to watch the debate, I think I have the whole full interview in the link in the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate you guys watching to the end of the video. Let me know your thoughts about the conversation. Candace Owens, Nick Cannon. Do Nick Cannon has a point? Do Candace Owens have a point? I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate you guys watching to the end of the video. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.